She will be here. In the meantime, Greg Carver and John will be helping out and judging as well. So I'm just going to walk you guys quickly through what the rules are so you understand, right? So for example, for men, it's always going to be double presses, right? So it's one clean, and you get the weights up. How you hold the weights up here, you do this, you can have them right down in the rack position out here, it's up to you. They cannot rest on the shoulders, okay? Right here. When you press, the key thing is your heels have to be flat on the ground and your knees have to be straight. Straight up. This is a press. This is not a press. Right? You can stay here and the judge will wait for you to press up. Right? It's only a no count if you begin to drop before you extend. Okay? Right? Any knee bend is considered a warning. Okay? Same thing. If you're pressing, your knees are straight, but you're using your heels, that's also a warning. When you drop the weight, you can drop it down any way you like. You can lower them, or you can drop them. You can use your legs to catch the weights. Okay? If the weights drop out of the rack position, you're done. Alright? So, key thing to remember, knees have to be straight, heels have to be flat on the floor. Now, when you're resting in the rack position, you can have your knees bent. But before you start pressing, you have to straighten your legs, then press. Not at the same time. There has to be a separation, right? So if the lifter is sitting here, they straighten out, then they press, that's legal. If they do this, right, even though their legs really aren't doing any work, that's a warning, okay? No counts are only given for no lockouts. Okay, so it's a much simpler one to understand. So this would be a no count unless you straighten all the way. Okay? The judge will wait for you to straighten. You'll only call it a no count when you start dropping the weight back down. Right? For women, you're working one arm, you start with the right or the left. And you're halfway through, or whatever you choose, you can switch hands. It's a drop and reclaim. Okay? Is there any questions about the standing press? No?
If you start to the side, is it a no count?
If you are to the side, good question. If you're pressing slightly to the side, unless the lifter does not straighten out, you have to be straight at the end, then it's a count. Okay. Excessive is a no count. If there's a slight lean, that's fine, but if the lifter is really forcing himself to the side, that's a no count. Okay?
On a similar vein, what about a backward lean?
Backward lean is fine, right? So this is an acceptable backward lean, right? The lifter has to be upright when they are finished pressing.
No, I mean it was
like a standing bench press.
Yeah, that's my question.
If you want to try it like that, you can. Right? If you want to try it, you can. Right?
Watching too many old Olympic presses right now.
That technique only works for low rep rates. It's very strenuous on the spinal erectors. Now, next we move to the chair press. For those of you who are lifting in the chair press, these are going to be the height of chairs or boxes that we're going to be using. So, in order to get started, for men, at the end, it's double. For women, it's single. It's going to be very simple. You're going to clean the weights. You're going to sit down. From this point, your butt has to stay constantly on the seat and your feet flat on the floor. If you're lifting and your feet are coming up, that's a warning and a no count. Okay? So this is a proper rep. And then back down. How you choose to drop them is up to you. You're not allowed to rest on the shoulders. Right? You can hold the weights here. If you want to try this, you can do this. You may not be very comfortable. Right? It's up to you. Okay? And again. Okay? Now, if the lifter does this, right? That's a no count. If the lifter does this, that's a no count one. Okay? For women, since they're only doing one, what the women will have to do is, again, one arm, sit down, press. Again, same rules for the lockout apply. When you're done with one arm, you put the weight down, reclean it, and sit back down. Right? If you want to try and switch it like that, you can try, but at your own risk, especially for you. Any questions about that?
What's the other hand doing or not doing?
The other hand cannot be used for support. So the hand has to be free. It cannot be holding on to the bench. It cannot be on your leg. You can have it on your hip, but you cannot use it to push yourself upwards. Right? Because you can't push yourself up off your hip. Any more questions? All clear as mud? Good. So our first flight's going to begin in 5 minutes.